another Let's Talk video. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video on maturity, and as I said, we're going to be continuing in the series of maturity. So this week, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be speaking about emotional maturity. Now, when you hear emotional maturity, I know the first thing that comes to mind is how to interact with people. And if you're thinking that, then you are correct. Right? How we interact with others. It's key for a journey to maturity, right? And honestly, guys, I'm just being transparent with you. Oftentimes, I fall off this path. I think everyone experiences this at some point in their life where, yes, you're striving to be emotionally mature, but then a situation just comes up where it just drives it out the way, and you're just like, you know what, let me just be petty queen or petty king or just something of the sort, right? And even though that is being immature, what the tips that I have this week regarding emotional maturity are not necessarily speaking about just those moments where you're petty or not. These are actually very serious, and we ought to be very mindful when we interact with people that we don't showcase these characteristics or these traits, and we ought to watch out for people who have not yet matured enough to see that, okay, maybe they're doing something that they ought not to be doing, right? And work accordingly to that situation. So our first topic, our first tip for this week on emotional maturity is don't be a bully. No, honestly, guys, this can be taken so many ways, but I know once you hear don't be a bully, the first thing that comes to mind is someone teasing someone just for the intention to hurt them, right? And that is bullying. That is bullying. And we ought not to do this. Guys, if you're supposed to be emotionally mature, you're not going to want to hurt someone just because they are vulnerable. It's not nice to do that, because as I've said many times, if you want to be treated a certain way, don't do it to someone else, right? They often say hurt people, but guys, if we're supposed to be on this road to emotional maturity, we ought to learn that when we see someone vulnerable in a certain area, we don't take advantage of the person by bullying them or talking down to them, making them feel bad about it, or just taking advantage of the fact that they are the way they are, right? Don't do that. That is bullying, and it's not nice. It's not showcasing emotional maturity. It means that you only think about yourself. You don't care for other people's feelings, and it's not nice. It's really not nice. It's, yeah, right? Yeah, emotional mature people, they see the vulnerable, and they don't make fun of them. They don't take advantage of their weakness. They don't bully them, in essence, right? Yeah, let's all endeavor to grow up in those areas. Now, the other part that I was referring to is that, let me use myself as an example. So I'm in an international pool, right? I have to be very cautious of how I speak to people, of how I say things or how I do things, because, and I've been learning that since I came to China, that the way how I relate to my friends in Jamaica or how I relate to my family, because honestly, guys, my family and I, we play rough, like rough. Like, they can insult me and it's normal. Or they can do certain things, like, yeah, and if I feel comfortable with someone, that's basically the energy I'll give off, because I'm like, okay, we're cool like that, I can say. But I've gotten some experiences where people are like, don't do that. Regardless of how close we are, you don't do that, right? Because that's just wrong. And likewise, they have done certain things that I would not consider proper, and that's a cultural barrier. So in those cases, what I would advise you to do, which is what I do, is to explain yourself. Because yes, I know we're in the society where you don't need to explain yourself, but in terms of cultural barrier, cultural misunderstandings, guys, um yeah, you can't do everything like back home. And I've learned it, and I'm still learning sometimes, because I'm very cautious with how I speak to someone who is not Jamaican, or who is not necessarily from my close circle of friends, because everyone's not the same, okay? And I have to learn that. I had to learn that, and at some points I'm still learning it, because yes, I have matured in that area to say, okay, you don't say these things, or you don't make this joke that would have been normal for you to make if you're around your friends back home, or you're around your family. You don't make those jokes, because it won't be taken nicely, right? And then of course you learn that quickly. But then there are certain other things like, okay, should I say, should I not say? Like, always have that radar up to say, okay, let's not let's not play certain ways, or let's not say things a certain way, or do things that you normally do, because it may be perceived as bullying when that is not the intention. So just be careful in that regard. If you ever come up on an international pool, or just people who are not from your background in terms of how you were raised. So yeah, be very careful with that. And the fact that you are having a radar means that you are exercising emotional maturity to say, okay, is this acceptable? Is this not? Da 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 da. Right? So the first one is, don't be a bully. Let's all endeavor to not be bullies. It's not nice to be a bully, guys. Yeah, it's not nice from the other end. So the next one to showcase emotional maturity. I think this one is for women, but I know the male world does this too. I will not exclude them, but I know based on society, it's often referred to in terms of women, right? And that is, avoid gossip. No, guys, I won't even say that I haven't fallen. I am not a culprit of this, because honestly, it's now since I reconsecrated my life to God, that I started to realize, okay, no, you can't sit and just talk. Even though I'll be honest with you, my friends and I, we don't talk like that, right? Which is my one friend. Really, we don't sit and talk like that, because what we do is, if it is that someone if it is that someone would anger either one of us, you'd see the topic of that person come up. That you can consider it gossip, I don't know, but it's not like we're just talking about the situation surrounding that person that includes us, right? So I don't think that's gossip. But the fact that the person is being talked about, then yeah, if you can go at him. But gossip in this case, I believe, is intentionally giving a bad name to someone without them doing anything or any situation happening. You just sit and start talking about this person as if they are non-existent, right? Like they're a fairy tale. So you can make up any lies and spread any lies, and basically ruin that person's reputation. Guys, an emotional mature person will not be sitting down and gossiping about someone. You have better things to do. Like last week, what I told you, go after your goals. Don't be sitting down and talking about people. And guys, There's a difference with venting. So I actually take back what I say. There's a difference between venting and seeking advice regarding a certain person, or regarding a certain person and the situation that surrounds that person. There is a difference. But sitting down and talking about someone and creating lies and all of those things, guys, no. Kids do that. I literally, I see this. I see kids do this. Like they sit down. Like I've been a teacher for what, how many years now? 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. I've been a teacher for 4 years. Literally, out of the 3 years in China, the 1 year in Jamaica. I mean, even teaching the little babies, guys. You'd see them sit down, and when someone angers them, you see the little girl go to the next friend, her new friend, and be like, da da dee da 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 dee da da da. And then you see that girl give her an eye like, guys, kids do this. And why do they do this? Because they are not mature. Oh my gosh, kids do this. So if you're an adult and you're doing this, you need to really check yourself, because you should not be sitting down and talking about people like that. You got better things to do, like like pursuing your interests and going after your goals. Yeah, and improving your weaknesses. Yeah, there are better things to do in life than sit down and talk about someone. Honestly, really. Yeah. So kids, I just gave the example. Kids are like that, and I've seen them in action, and they're deadly, right? They're deadly. I've seen it. Don't do it, guys. If you say you're supposed to be, if you want to cultivate the habit of being emotionally mature, you cannot. You cannot be sitting down. You got better things to do. Go drink some water and stay out of people's business. Stop running your mouth and spreading rumors, and go after your goals and think about yourself, what you need to improve on, and think about how best to do it. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty okay. So the next one is, be the bigger person if someone is unkind to you. Like, guys, this one I know is rough. I know. But you gotta do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. Honestly, be the bigger person. Don't, if someone does something to hurt you, don't go and do the same thing to hurt. Like, no, don't fight fire with fire, guys. No, let's not do that, guys. Be kind, as much as it hurts, and I know it hurts. Just stay away. If you can't be in the person's presence, just take yourself away. And that is being the bigger person. Take yourself away, and then, say usa, breathe a bit, and then just live your life. That is being kind, in my opinion. I believe just staying away from the person, because if you see the person, you'll probably do something that you shouldn't do. Keep far, right? Keep far from the person. If they did something to hurt you, keep far. Pray for them, because you should pray for them, right? Pray for them, keep far. And the kind thing you can do until you can do something physically kind is to pray for them. You see? Yeah, just don't go and do this very same thing that they did to you. Nah, don't do that. Do not do that. Just God bless them, just God bless them. Right? That's basically it. God bless you, and pray for them. Just, if you're supposed, let's showcase emotional maturity, guys. Let's showcase emotional maturity. You know, like when a child does something, and a parent says, okay, why is this child doing what they're doing. And I deliberately told them, don't do that. Are you going to beat the child instantly? No. A patient parent will be like, you know what? Let me walk away before before I murder this child right now. Murder in the sense of beat, spanking, guys. Yeah, right? And a parent would just walk away instead of getting angry and doing the very same thing to the child that the child basically did to them. So, just think of it in that way, guys. Breathe, usa, and then just walk away and pray for them. God bless them. Right? So, yeah, do that. Be the bigger person. Be emotionally mature. Now, the next one is keep an open mind. Now, I will be honest with you. This one I'm kind of struggling with because, like, in the sense that I believe that there is an absolute truth, right? And because there is an ultimate absolute truth, and there are a few other absolute truths. I see things a bit black and white sometimes. I know all things are not black and white, but certain things, they are black and white. And because they are black and white, sometimes it's very hard for me to take your opinion. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. I'm telling you who I am. It's just the truth. Certain things are just black and white. Yeah. There is no argument about it. It's just black and white. Honestly. Right? But in terms of keeping an open mind, be able, guys, to receive new things, basically. Honestly, if you hear someone say something, like recently someone said something. I won't say it here, but every time I said something, they reciprocated that answer with another phrase. So I was like, why are they always saying that phrase? Like, why? And to me, it translated into something a bit rude. And I was like, why? But I was patient. I was like, you know what, let me not attack in the sense of confront the person regarding what they're saying. And then in me being patient, you see God's working on me with the patience, guys. In me being patient, I then got to know the understanding that it was a cultural thing that the person was saying. Like, it's because of their culture that they said what they said. And I was like, oh, because, yeah, right? And they explained it without me even having to confront them, right, about it. Now, I would also advise you to do the same in terms of being patient. Like, for me, I don't necessarily attack same time. Attack meaning confront. I don't attack. I don't confront immediately. If someone does something that's a bit off, I usually take notes and I observe. If I realize it's becoming a trend, I'm like, you know what? Whoa, hold up. What's happening? Right? And then I would give the person a chance to explain themselves. Sometimes I get angry and I don't do that. I'm just telling you the truth because the pattern is just not nice. And I think it's common sense, right? But guys, be open minded to learn that, okay, if someone says something this way, or if they do something a particular way, it's not necessarily intended to be translated the way you translated it, right? And I've had to learn this, and I'm still learning it, right? And that's why I do the observe and wait, right? It's not necessarily translated that way. So what you can do is be like, I heard you say this the other day. What's it that you mean by that, right? And then you can basically allow the person to explain themselves. Yeah, and that's basically showcasing emotional maturity. Yeah, I'm learning too, don't worry. This one is one that I'm growing in because whew, sometimes the observe and wait um, doesn't work out too well because then I get angry at the end when I wait too long. So, yeah. Yeah, sorry. But yes, um, the next one is have confidence in yourself. I've spoken about confidence already. Please go watch it. Yes, guys. Being emotionally mature means you are secure in yourself. You are confident in who you are as a person, in your features, in everything regarding you. You're confident. And once you're confident, guys, you're able to feed others. You're able to be that person for them, that cheerleader that will basically give them confidence about themselves. And being able to pour into someone else means that you're emotionally mature because you're so secure in yourself that you want to see someone else get to that point of security, right? So, yes, be confident. I really don't have much to say on that. Go and watch the video. Thanks. Okay, now again, we're going to be speaking about the last topic is be genuine. So I spoke about this last week, and of course, an emotionally mature person is a genuine person because they're not in for games, they're not in for the fake life, they're not in for anything that is too much, right? Just be yourself and we're good. An emotionally mature person wants someone to be their authentic self. And being your authentic self, that's when you start to build healthy friendships, healthy relationships. This is when you are able to knock heads with the right persons because once you start being genuine, you'll start to attract genuine people because fake people don't like genuine people. They like to take from them, but as in they can't handle their presence all day, all night. If you get what I'm saying. Genuine people attract genuine people, right? So the fact that you're genuine means that you also now start to attract emotionally mature persons because they are also genuine. They're tired of the games, they're tired of all these things that society deems as popular, right? Be genuine, be your authentic self. That's basically it. And guys, in being emotionally mature, you'll see how we'll start breaking cycles because if you're emotionally mature, if you're emotionally mature, you start to have healthy friendships, you start to have healthy businesses, you start to everything will just blossom, guys, because you can speak to people the right way. You can, everything will just work out, honestly. You have healthy relationships, healthy communication, healthy everything. Just healthy. Right? Emotionally mature. That's what we ought to be, right? Trust me, I'm on this journey with you. It's not like I'm here just telling you because I've already conquered it. No, guys. Yeah, no. Right? I'm on the journey with you. I'm into breaking cycles and I'm bringing you on this journey with me to start breaking cycles because I'm tired of the games, right? Yeah. So let's endeavor to use these tips and start breaking that cycle of being emotionally immature. Yeah, we're not kids, guys. It's time to grow up. So, yeah, let's go over it. Don't be a bully. Avoid gossip. Be the bigger person. Keep an open mind and have confidence in yourself and be genuine. Okay, so that's our Let's Talk for this week. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.